All right. Give me another piglet if it's working. I think it works again. I will skibbity Rizzler. Please don't. All right, cool. Now, real quick. Okay, and now you can probably hear me here as well. Hey, check this out. This is Cuff Bust. All right, guys. Here's the deal. I have no idea what this stream is at all. Basically, I just wanted to go live, chat with you guys, say hey, what's going on? Because, you know, just announced Cuff Bust about 2 weeks ago. Honestly, should have done a stream a little bit sooner just to chat with you guys and see what's up. Hey, yo, Michael O'Meara, thank you for the 20, bro. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, man. Bust your cuff all over my Jalian, bro. All right. Bro really donated to say that. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Make my microphone louder. Bro, it's already practically clipping. Turn up the volume on your phone. That's a good idea too, right? Nah. Boost the mic a bit. I literally can't. Unless I, like, put it closer to my face. Something like this. What's up? What's up, gamers? All right. Guys, I'm assuming that most of you have probably seen Cuff Bust by now. Guys, I am very, very glad that you guys are on board with it. Man, you see the light over here? Up by Craig? It's glitching like crazy. That's weird. Goofy cool, your fish drowned. Bro, why did your fish drown? Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm assuming you guys have all seen Cuff Bust by now. I've been working on that game for nearly a year now. I came up with the concept for it last July. And it's almost July now. And, bro, I've been working on this game in secret. Just cooking, baking with my pans and my forks and my spoons. Lots of spoons. Yep. Cooking up this game, and I've been so worried about it, honestly, because I haven't shown it to many people. It has been very, very secret, and you know, I've been really worried about whether or not you guys would be on board with it, or if you guys would just demand a Choo Choo Charles 2, because Choo Choo Charles is pretty cool, and a sequel would be pretty cool. But man, I've been wanting to try something different, try something new, something a little bit more fun, more lighthearted, colorful. You know, working with all the horror stuff gets pretty exhausting after a while, if I'm being honest. So doing something like this it's been on my mind for years now, to do something just more, you know, just colorful, fun, just out of pocket, you know, and being able to actually do something like this now, and the fact that you guys are actually on board with it is incredible. So I think during this stream, we're just gonna, like, play around in the engine. I'll show you, like, some other random gameplay stuff. I'll try and answer some questions from you guys. I just finished filming a video that's got a kind of a Q&A section, but I'll chat with you guys about it here as well anyways. Also, yo, Double O Pipe, thank you for the 5, bro. Can you add a metal pipe into the game? Teehee. Yeah, I could probably do that. I think, actually, I think it'll probably be, like, Devlog 3 is where I added actually, it might be Devlog 2. It might be the next Devlog. I added a whole system for, like, melee weapons and stuff like that. So it's really, really, really easy for me to add new melee weapons. I could add a melee weapon with custom settings and range and damage within probably like a half an hour or an hour. So I'm going to be taking suggestions, not now, but later on in one of the devlogs. I'm going to be taking suggestions for melee weapons. You know, you guys could suggest, I don't know, a pan, a pipe, an even bigger spoon, a comically large spoon. I don't know, whatever you want, and we'll pick some for me to add to the game. But yeah, how's Greg? Greg from Choo Choo Charles, or Craig with a C and an R? Craig back here. Craig is kind of stupid, as always. You know, Nothing new there. He's just kind of doing his thing, being dumb and all that. So that's pretty cool. Can you play as the jail guards? No, the Gurjantans are not a playable role. Hey, how about I show you guys? Why is the mic so quiet? I don't know why everybody's saying the mic is quiet. It's honestly very odd to me. Let me try doing a little bit of boobity 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 boobity. That makes it a little bit louder. Maybe a little too loud. Probably a little too loud. Maybe something like that though. All right. I'm gonna turn that down again. It's starting to clip. Something like that. I don't know. Also, yo, did I miss a couple donos? Hold up. Let me scroll back up here. I swear. Oh, MC2 Root Beer. Yo, thank you for the one. I appreciate it, man. And then there was somebody else down here. Oh, a couple. Craig looking nice from DX Games. Thank you for the 2, bro. Craig, he is looking nice. He looks nice. He's a good looking fellow. He's just really stupid. Also, Redbug Redfern, thank you for the 2. Give this to Craig. I don't know what he's gonna spend it on. But I will tell him it was from you. Also, guys, you notice me and Craig, this was completely unintentional, but we're actually matching right now. Bro, we're like a couple that thinks they're really cute. That's me and Craig here. Except we actually have a very abusive relationship. I abuse Craig on a daily basis. Add Craig to the game? I can't because he's not my intellectual property. He's some meme, some random ass meme. And if I put him in the game, I would probably get sued. I don't want to get sued. Yo, MC2 Root Beer, thank you again for the other 2. Appreciate it, bro. Easter egg Craig. Yeah. Dropping soap animation. There's a throwing soap animation. Yo, let's go throw some soap. Let me go to the screen recording here. Since I've got the game set up right now just for like testing stuff, I've got a whole massive pile of soap here. So here, check this out. Look at all this soap. See? And now I can drop it. And I could slip on it too. Here, check this out. Yo. I slipped on the soap. Oh no. Better be careful. Like, oh shit. Alright, there's a Gurjant in here. Same. But in any case. Yeah, soap. Soap is pretty cool. Why is my door locked like that? I mean, it's pretty... I don't understand why people always ask me that question. They're always like, yo, why is your door locked? It's like, what, you don't lock your doors? Everybody locks their doors. So, yeah. Lighting needs to be rebuilt. I guess, yeah, it probably does. Add legally distinct Craig. That's actually a pretty good idea. I could add a legally distinct Craig. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Yo, Odachi, thank you for the 5, man. Will there be other game modes later on down the line? I think it'd be cool. I think that would definitely be cool. I don't know exactly how that would work, but I think it'd probably be neat. I don't see why not. And then Person 08. Thank you for the 20, bro. Can I get a gift for my birthday? I'm 16 now, by the way. Can you get a gift? A gift like what? Probably not. Add myself in the game? Well, actually, I voiced all the Gurjantans. All of the Gurjantan grunts. That's me. That's my professional voice acting right there. I am Gurjantan. Gurjantan is me. I also voiced the Jailians in the trailer. Pretty proud of that. Very epic. Yo, that was actually a good idea. Hold on. Who said that? Somebody said, can you make it throw, you can like throw bricks. That's actually a good idea. That would be cool. Just have like some like rocks, bricks, just like throwable items that you could throw at people, like knock them out and stuff. Because that is a thing. You can knock out other players, like friendly fire. You can't kill them, You can't kill anybody. If you get knocked out, you're knocked for like 5-10 seconds, and then you get back up. But while you're knocked, you can get abused. People can like put handcuffs on you, and that makes it so that you can't like interact with anything. What else do you guys want to see? I want to show you guys something that you haven't seen yet in game, like the cakes. I haven't shown you guys cakes before. Actually, I'm going to open up my testing level so I can show you guys this stuff a little bit better. All right, here, check this out. You can throw cakes at people's faces, and it's kind of funny. All right, so as you can see here, we've got this little Jalian man just chilling, doing his thing. I can smack him if I want. Or I could throw a cake at his face. And sometimes there are things hidden inside the cakes. You can get tools from them, like a screwdriver. Hey, yo, check this out. We could also make him... Aw, it went through him. I was going to make him caked up. I was going to throw a cake on his cake. Hold up. I got this. Anyways. There's something. Extra cakey. Extra super duper double caked up. Yo, also, speaking of cake. You guys want to see something else pretty funny? I added... I'll talk about this more in the Gurjantin devlog. But check this out. Gurjantin has cake. Like legitimately. It's big enough to be distracting. Check this out, guys. This is a very intentional addition to the game. When I originally got the model back from the guy who did the Gurjantin model, it wasn't quite this extravagant. But I went back into Blender. I was like, no, this needs to be a feature. So Gurjantin Gyat. There you go. Gyat Jontin. Epic. Yo, Seed of Memory. Thank you for the 10, bro. Love Choo Choo Charles. Will this ever have a console release down the line? Yeah, so this is one that I go over in the Q&A video that I just filmed. But it's probably not going to come to console. I know for sure it's coming to PC. That's an easy one. It definitely is going to be on PC, on Steam, for Windows. But as far as all the other consoles go, I have no idea. I've got no idea, bro. It's, I would lean towards saying it's unlikely in order to, at the very least, not let anybody down, because I'm not expecting to do consoles anytime soon. Yeah. Okay. Add a plunger to the game. I could probably do that. That's an item that would make sense. Maybe as a melee weapon. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe like it does a lot of knockback or something. I don't know. Also, I think I just missed a couple. Let me check those donos. Your Nan's shoes. Thank you for the 5. Two-star, will you add a Choo Choo Charles reference in the game? There'll be some Choo Choo Charles references. There'll be a couple of things like that. Also, Chocolate Pig, thank you for the 2. How many players will a average match? Like how many players in an average match? My goal is to make it so that it can support 20 players. If you're hopping into public lobbies, I don't see any reason why most lobbies wouldn't be full. You could play the game with, 2, 3, 4 people. If you just had like a small group of friends that you wanted to just play it with in like a private server, you could do that. But I mean, average server size, well, I don't know. It'll vary. Railheader, thank you for the 2, bro. For Easter eggs, Choo Choo Charles Easter eggs. Yeah, I just answered that. Is a game made with blueprints? It is mostly, yeah. So basically, I have not written any C++ for the game, but I do use a plugin that. Uh-oh. Oh no, I just found a bug. Ah, dang it. The weed animation isn't playing. When I smoke my blunt. Ah, dang. All right, I gotta fix that at some point. But yeah, as far as blueprints in C++ go, it is using a plugin to handle all of like the player movement, in like the multiplayer player movement, and the replication and rollback and all that stuff, because it's all confusing and doesn't make any sense to me. I'm too stupid to understand how that stuff works, so I've got a plugin for it. But everything else is Blueprint. Are the characters active ragdolls? No, they're not. This is something that I mean, I'm not unhappy that it looks that way, but a lot of people have described the game as being physics based, but it's actually not. There's jiggle physics on the ears, which I talked about in the first devlog. Yeah, lots of jiggle physics on the ears, so that makes it look a little bit more ragdoll-y, a little bit more physics based. And then also, like, if you notice as I'm like moving around, the player arm kind of flops around a bit. That's kind of an additional effect that I layered on to just kind of make it look a little bit more dynamic. So like when you're jumping up and down, the arm kind of, moves around a bit. It's a little less static. But they're not actually ragdolls. It's still using pretty standard animations. Do I edit my videos? I have been, but I'm going to be having an editor do probably the rest of my videos going forward in the future. All right, guys, what do you want to see? When is CUFFBUST coming? I don't know, bro. Someday, hopefully. But not anytime super soon. I'm hoping for next year. Seems like a cool game. Hey, thank you. Can we play solo? You could technically, and I'm going to try and design it in such a way that that you could beat it solo, but it's definitely better with friends. Way better with friends because the voice chat and all the interactivity between players. There are some multiplayer games where like it's basically the same thing if you're in multiplayer or single player. But for CUFFBUST, it's definitely better in multiplayer. Let's see. So, let's see here. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that I could show off here. How much will it cost? I'm not sure. It's not going to cost any less than $10, and it's not going to cost any more than $20. So it's probably going to end up somewhere in that range. But that's generally what I know about it. Also, thank you for the some amount. I don't know what amount that is, but thank you, Trendy Tunes. I love how the game turned out. Just could you make it family friendly? I believe the game will for children. So like adding weed to it will advertise for children to do it as well. Thanks for understanding. I'm not removing the weed, bro. I'm sorry. At first when I was working on the game, I was thinking, oh yeah, like it'll just be a colorful prison break game. But then I was thinking like, bro, it'd be so funny if there was like weed. It'd be so funny if there's like soap jokes. I don't know, man. Like that stuff's amusing to me. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Adding stuff like that makes it more amusing for me. It makes it more entertaining for me to work on the game when I could just add random funny stuff that I find entertaining. So honestly, I'm not making it family friendly. If there's YouTubers out there that are like family friendly YouTubers, like you can avoid the weed feature. Like you don't have to use the weed feature. You don't have to smoke weed in the game if you don't want the 9-year-olds to see you drugging in a game. But You know, because I mean, like, bro, like, think about like how many like family-friendly GTA channels there are. It's actually kind of insane. So, I have a feeling that kind of content will still exist, but I'm not necessarily asking for it. Why was Choo Choo Charles $20 again? Because I'm greedy like that. I don't know what to tell you. Yo, Enid Hewid. Thank you for the 2. Will you add other prisons or other Gurjantan types? I think I don't know how many maps I'm going to do. Because the initial map, let me go back to the actual prison map here. It's pretty big. It's going to be pretty expansive. So, you know, depending on how fun it is and how replayable it is, there might only be one level on launch. If it's like, because like I said, it is pretty big, it's pretty expansive, and there's going to be a lot of ways to escape. So it might just be the one on launch, but I would like to add more prisons in the future. This is what I've got of it so far here. And maybe it doesn't look super big from here, but like these are all, there's full interior here. Obviously, most of the rooms are not actually built out. There's only a couple rooms that are actually built out at this point. Like the security room is mostly built out. It's functional, you know, with all the security system stuff. But yeah, and then as far as Gurjantan types go, I'm definitely going to have the default Gurjantans like you see over here, like this guy. There's obviously these guys. I want to have riot Gurjantans that have like a riot shield. Like you just get bonked. Jerk. So I think riot Gurjantans would be cool. Maybe some other types as well, but adding enemy types can be a bit of a pain, you know, when it comes to adding like different abilities for them and all that kind of stuff. It can be difficult. Yo, CJF, thank you for the 10, man. What's the hard part of porting the game for consoles? So there's a couple things. First thing is that CUFFBUST is not running on dedicated servers. Dedicated servers are very expensive, and it makes a game much more difficult to maintain it and update it over time when you have server costs, because like I don't want to have to add a bunch of like paid cosmetics to support the game. Having to do that, I think, would be kind of a pain, and I just don't really want to deal with that right now. But if you have server costs on a paid game, basically the more that people play the game, the more that the servers cost. And the more that the servers cost, the less money you make off of the game. And eventually it can technically get to a point where you're losing money on the game. And that's why games get shut down. That's why servers get shut down on games, is because they're just not making enough to actually pay for the servers. And so since I'm not running dedicated servers, which will allow me to keep the game up forever, it allows me to keep doing updates and, you know, maintain the fan base for as long as possible, basically, without, you know, increasing the, you know, the expenses. So basically that's why I'm not doing dedicated servers. But to release on consoles and to have like crossplay and stuff like that, you need to have servers. You need to have your own servers, which increases costs a lot. I don't know if there's any kind of a peer-to-peer system on like PlayStation and Xbox, but if there are, it would require some kind of a separate implementation, since I'm using the peer-to-peer system through Steam and Unreal. So I don't know how difficult it would be. Just working with consoles in general is complicated. And then, you know, especially when you've got like online interactivity, things like that, it just becomes much more complicated for sure. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But let's see. I feel like I missed a couple donos here. But Trendy Tunes again. Thank you, bro. I have an idea. Add it so when you ask, add it so it asks for your age, and people who are young should not be able to see the weed feature. How does that sound? Or it could just be rated M, and the kids could not play it. Honestly, I don't think kids should probably be playing games that have a bunch of like online voice chat and stuff anyways. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Will there be a day-night cycle? And if so, will it affect the guards' patterns? No. I think it's just going to stay daytime. That way I can have pre-baked lighting and not have... that's a big save for performance. So I don't want to have to add features that would adjust the lighting in the game. But it would be kind of cool. Doing a nighttime breakout. That would be kind of neat. Also, somebody was mentioning the camera quality. I just got to reach up and slap that button there, and then it should look better. Will there be cosmetics? Cosmetics. Yes. Okay, so this is another one. So, because we were just talking about how if you have dedicated servers, you almost have to have paid cosmetics. So, since I'm doing it premium, where, you just pay like $10 for the game or $20. I don't know how much I'm going to charge for this. I don't think it's going to be 20. That seems expensive. But in any case, you pay a set price for the game, and then the way that the cosmetics are going to work is as you play the game, you'll unlock new cosmetics. Basically like in basically any other game on Steam, where it's like, yeah, I think like Counter-Strike does this, where like you play for a certain amount of time, you play a handful of rounds, and then you unlock a loot box kind of thing, and then you unlock the box, and then you get an item. I think for me, I wouldn't do like a box system. It would just be like, oh, you just get an item, whatever it might be. But since I'm planning on using Steam's item shop system, because Steam has a system where they will keep all of like the items and cosmetics that you have for a game in your Steam account. That way, like you can, you can log into your Steam account and play the game anywhere on any computer, and you have all of your items and stuff. But what it also means is that you can trade and sell the items that you've gotten in the game with other players. So technically, you could buy cosmetics if you wanted to. You could buy them from other players on the item shop. So there will be that. But the way that you actually get them is just going to be by playing the game. Oh, a community map maker. That is something that I do really want to add. I'm not confirming it, but I think having a custom map editor with like Steam Workshop integration would be awesome. I think that'd be a great way to, help involve the community and keep the game alive longer. Is if you guys can like make your own maps, challenge maps, PvP maps, all kinds of different stuff like that. Make your own custom prisons. I think that would be super, super cool. Tomix, thank you for the 5, bro. Is the escape going to be an instant alert guards, or will you be able to plan, grab contraband, and stay in your cell to keep guards pacified? So the way that each round is going to start is basically all of the cell doors open. So everybody starts in a different cell. There's, a bunch of different cells in each cell block, and there's 3 different cell blocks. So there's this one here that I showed in the trailer, and then there's 2 other cell blocks. There's this one that hasn't been built out yet, and then the other one over here. And everybody starts in a random cell block. And all the cell doors open, and the Gurjantans flood into the cell blocks and start chasing. So each round initially starts pretty hectic and chaotic. Everybody's just trying to run away from the Gurjantans and just avoid them. It just occurred to me that I had just face cam on, and I was not actually showing you the cell blocks. But there's like this cell block here, and then this other one over here. So it starts out pretty hectic, pretty chaotic. All the Gurjantans are chasing you. And then after, you've killed off a handful of the Gurjantans, or maybe you've found a room to hide in, then you can kind of start to plan, regroup, find your friends, and figure out, like, maybe what items you found, which routes might be applicable, stuff like that. How many maps do I have so far? Just one, well, not even one. Not even one. This is the current map, and it's the one that I showed in the trailer, but it is not built out very much. As you can see, a lot of the rooms are still just prototyped. There's some stuff that's in, like I've got the vent systems in, and the whole like architectural layout is in, but not all the rooms are built out. Like this is a not cafeteria, I don't know, grub hall. This one's partially built out. I've got a couple of the bathrooms built out. At this point, I haven't really put a lot of time into building out the environment. I've mostly just been working on all the different systems and items. So like for the past month, I've been working on like the Gurjantan AI. Maybe not quite that long. But the past few weeks, I've been working on the Gurjantan AI and making it so that they can like actually do stuff that's kind of cool. Like they can open up doors and let me grab, or maybe I'll go back into my testing level and show you kind of some of the stuff that the Gurjantans will do. So if I grab a Gurjantan here and drop them in. See, so he'll like chase me around. He'll slap me. If I try and hide in a room, he'll open up the door and chase me. If I was to like hide in a vent here, then he'll like peek in because he can't fit because he's got too much cake on him, so he can't fit. Ooh, slept that. Ooh. Anyways, so I've been programming a bunch of stuff like that, or making it so he can jump off these ledges. Also making it so he can cuff you. Here, check this out. If he beats me up and knocks me out, then he'll handcuff me and continue to beat me. Yeah, see, so now I got handcuffs on, and I would need to go find a friend to unlock me. Or I'd have to find that there's going to be different objects around the map that you can use to get out of handcuffs on your own. So I don't know exactly what those things will be. Maybe there'll be like a saw that you can use to just cut the handcuffs off or something like that. Easiest way would be for one of your friends to find like some handcuff keys, something like that. But in any case, yeah, so Gurjantan AI is what I've been working on most lately. Gizmo, thank you for the 5. Will each round be procedurally generated, or will there be permanent spawns for the items? So I wouldn't necessarily say that each round is procedurally generated because the map itself isn't changing much, but it is randomized. So item drops are randomized, item locations are randomized, door rarities are also randomized, and your spawn point is randomized because, like I mentioned, there's the 3 different cell blocks that have, different stuff, different rooms around them, which have different items around them. So let me go back to the prison level and show off a little bit of that stuff. I don't really have a lot of the randomization in yet because, again, I've just been working on getting all of the systems figured out, all of the templates built so that I can expand the content faster later on. But like these doors. So all these door types can be randomized. So like this orange door here. This is a high security door. It can only be unlocked with a rare type of key. But that can be randomized so that maybe this will be a lower security door like this green one, which can be broken. You can blow a door like this up with like a bomb, and the green keys that can unlock them are a little bit more common. So yeah, different door rarities allow you to get into different areas, during each round, which will give you different items, which make different routes applicable and things like that. So I'm trying to make sure that the game is pretty well randomized and, it's actually pretty replayable, as well as just with like all the different routes that I have planned. I don't really have many of the routes implemented yet. Mostly like just parts of them, like I've got different vent areas that'll get you up into other rooms, or some of the vents go up onto the roof. like this one here, goes up onto the roof so you can get to like the helicopter. But yeah, still a lot of work to do on all that. How long do you think it'll take to break out? So I'm hoping each round will be in like the 10 to 20 minute range. I think somewhere around there would be a good round length, but it's hard to say at this point. You know, maybe people will tend to like kind of mess around a lot and just like play it pretty casually, in which case it might take a bit longer, but I'll just kind of have to tune it in over time and figure it out. True Professional, thank you, bro, for the dono. Have you thought/tried making a voice chat filter so players sound like they do in the trailer? It would be super fun. Please try if you haven't yet. So that is possible. There's ways in Unreal to add different filters to the voice chat. So you could have voice chat that's, you know, higher pitch, lower pitch. You can add like reverb and echo, and there's a lot of different effects that you can add to it. So I could technically do that. I don't think that I would ever make the voice chat just like by default be high pitched like that, because I feel like a lot of people would find that really annoying, and it would make it really difficult to know who your friends are, because, you know, everybody that you play with has a specific voice that you're going to recognize. But if it's really high pitched and sounds all distorted, then you might not know who's who. So that could be a little bit annoying. But one thing that I was thinking is maybe having voice chat filters be like kind of like a cosmetic that you can unlock. So you could get like a high pitch filter that you can enable, or, you know, a low pitch, or a robot filters. I don't know, just random stuff. So I was thinking that could maybe be a cool way to implement that, because a handful of people have asked me about that. Mark Robs, thank you for the 2, bro. How the heck do you build games so quick? That's the thing. I don't, because this game is not done. There's still a lot of work left to do here. You know, I mean, I've got some stuff in. You know, I've got enough stuff to show off, but it's not done. Far, far, far from being done. So there's still, I think, probably pretty easily a year's worth of work left on this. Also, guys, you see how you can blow yourself up with the bombs? It's pretty great. It's kind of like shockwaves in Fortnite. Or you can blow up Gurjantans. That's pretty cool too. And then that guy's just stuck because he's an idiot. Oh, you can kind of parry a... I love these guys. You can also just smack their dead bodies, which is pretty fun. And they drop different items. Like, they drop handcuffs, batons, key cards. And I've got a couple other items that I'm going to add that they could drop. Like a panic button. I'm going to add a panic button, which is basically where, like, it's an item that you can use, and when you activate it, it calls all of the guards to your location. And you might be thinking, why on earth would you want to do that? But there are strategic reasons as to why you might want to call all the Gurjantans to your location. You could try and lure them away from a location so that your friends can get into a certain area. Or if you wanted to troll your friends or a different group of players, you could like sneak up behind them, activate the panic button, or like throw the panic button like into a room that they're in, and then just run away. And then the guards will all just go and attack them. So there's some other stuff that I plan on adding for these guys that I think would be cool. How much of the environment is destructible? Yeah, so that's a good question there. So pretty much none of the actual structural parts of the prison are destructible. So like these columns and walls are not destructible. These floors here are not destructible, because that would directly impact your ability to like actually get around the prison. Like, let's say, I don't know, somebody dropped like a really important item up here in one of these cells, and then somebody destroyed all this stuff here so that you can't get to it. Like, that would be kind of annoying and kind of a problem. So most of the actual structure is not destructible. But basically anything that's set dressing is destructible. So these tables, these pillars, these beds, toilets, this stuff here, as well as things like the cameras. You know, if somebody's watching you on the cameras and you don't want them to be watching you, you can destroy the cameras. Same thing with like the intercom speakers here. There's a lot of items that drop items. So like trash cans are destructible. You can destroy them and you can find items inside. Vents are destructible, so you can break off the vents to get into there. Same thing with some of the doors, like the lower rarity doors, like the wooden doors can be broken pretty easily. The blue doors are like metal, so they're a little harder to destroy. And then there's the green doors, which are also metal, which are a bit difficult to destroy, but can be destroyed. So stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that you can destroy. Oh, and then there's also like weak walls. So like in the sewers here, where we had the tunnel digging scene in the trailer, you know, you can find weak walls that you can destroy to get through different paths. Brain Train, thank you for the 5. Will weapons and gears spawn match count? Oh, spawn match the player count. Also, I think explosives and good weapons should be scarce since it is a prison. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to handle the item spawn counts, like the actual spawn counts themselves. I'll be able to generally like scale them to like the player count pretty easily. And yes, like the really good weapons like the explosives are going to be pretty scarce. Like in the trailer, I showed like 3 different instances of players using pipe bombs, but that would actually realistically in a round probably be pretty uncommon. There really won't be a lot of them in any given match because they're really, really good. The bombs are pretty OP. Same thing with like guns, which I didn't show in the trailer because I haven't added them yet. But guns would be pretty rare as well, and they'd have like very limited ammo. So yeah, there'll be a lot of limited stuff for sure. Zanji, thank you for the 2. Any plans for a PvP mode where you play as guards? No, there are no plans for that. Making it so that the guards are playable would be very, very difficult. Mostly, well, okay, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because then I have to program a whole new ability set. You know, I have to reprogram like the whole character system and make a whole bunch of custom animations for them and all kinds of stuff, which gets very difficult. As well as then I'd have to add like cosmetics for them. It's just a whole can of worms, right? But also kind of balancing it so that role is actually desirable, because it's a very common thing in these games that have multiple roles, like in Among Us, for example, where you know, everybody wants to be imposter. So if somebody spawns in and they're not the imposter, then they just get pissed and leave. And I have a feeling that something like that would naturally just happen if I added Gurjantans as a playable role, because naturally, there's going to be plenty of people that only want to escape, or there's going to be plenty of people who only want to be Gurjantans. So it would be a very difficult thing to balance and to program. So I'm just going to stick with having only Jailians as playable characters. But that doesn't mean that you can't do a little bit of PvPing, right? You could still troll people very effectively. I feel like features that allow you to like troll and mess with other players are just not common enough in games. Everybody's like, oh, the game has to be like fair and stuff. Like, nah, bro. Like, I want to abuse my friends. Like, I don't see why that's not more commonly accepted in gaming. That should just be a common feature. So, anyways, yeah. Let's see here. Among Us. Facts. Abuse your friends? Yeah. Duh. Why would you not want to abuse your friends? Bro. Will there be inbuilt voice chat? Yes, it's proximity chat. And it's actually really good, if I do say so myself. It's got dynamic reverb, so if you're in like a massive cell like this, then it's super echoey. And if you are like, I don't know, if you're in like the library, which isn't built out, but it's over here, then it's like really like kind of like quieter and more muted. Also, like if you're behind a wall, like if you're like listening through a wall to somebody, then it's like sounds like kind of muted and quieter. I don't know. It's really cool. It's really cool. It works pretty good. How many players can fit in one lobby? The goal is for 20 player lobbies. That is what we're going for here. Does it use Nanite and Lumen? It does not use either of those. It doesn't use Lumen because it's kind of unnecessary, and Lumen is still like kind of laggy. It's still not as fast as just pre-built lighting, which is what I'm using for CUFFBUST. And I'm not using Nanite because I just haven't experimented with it. I think for a game like this, it's not really necessary. Nanite and Lumen are really, really great for like massive open world games. Like if GTA 6 was on Unreal Engine, it would be great for GTA 6 to use Nanite and Lumen. But for a smaller game like CUFFBUST, where the map is a little smaller and there's not really a need for like constantly changing lighting, or there's no need for me to have like millions of objects in the game. So a lot of that tech it's not really necessary. In your inventory, how many items can you hold in total? So the current inventory system is definitely not final. The hotbar that you see down at the bottom of the screen holds 5 different item types, and you can stack them infinitely. I think I'm going to change that, though. I'm probably going to switch it up at some point to where you can only hold certain like stack sizes. So like for soap, maybe you can only hold, I don't know, 5 soap bars or something like that. Or if it's like a weapon, like a melee weapon, like a baton or a spoon, then maybe you can only hold 1 of them per slot, something like that. Because it would be a little bit weird if you could like stack batons. And I also might add a system where you can have like, where items break, like Minecraft style, where the more you use an item, the less health that item has. So that's functionality that I don't have yet, but it's stuff that I've thought about and that I'll maybe consider adding once it comes time to, once the game is more in like a alpha, beta kind of stage. When it comes time to like start balancing stuff and things like that. Oh, I just slipped myself. That's pretty lame. Oh, if you throw a cake on someone's head, will they be blind or something like that? Yeah, if you throw it directly on their face, then yes, they'll just see a cake. Let me see if I could show you that. If I was to go into my testing level, where I could spawn a couple characters in, I'll show you what it looks like. It's kind of funny. Will it release for Steam Deck? Yes, every single game that releases on Steam releases on Steam Deck. That's how it works. So I don't know exactly how well it's going to run on Steam Deck. I've tried it on my Steam Deck a couple times, but the game also isn't done. It's going to be, there's a lot more stuff that I have to add before it'll be done. So, okay, so I am going to throw a cake at my face. So I need to go like this and like this. And then I'll grab this character over here. Grab a cake. Yeah, like that. I should probably adjust it because right now the cake is kind of in front of your face before it falls off. But that's that's kind of how it works. Yeah, pretty great. See, it's just yet another way for you to abuse your friends. That's like my entire design philosophy. Just abuse your friends. That should be my whole like marketing pitch. Wishlist CUFFBUST now, so you can abuse your friends. Actually, I have used terminology like that quite a bit already now that I think about it. But yeah, good stuff for sure. Just joined. Can you summarize the core gameplay loop? The core gameplay loop is the round starts with everybody getting spawned into a random cell block. 20 players in random cell blocks. There's 3 different cell blocks around the prison. All the prison doors open due to a breach in the security system, and the Gurjantans start attacking you. All the jailians, which are the players, run out into the prison and start trying to escape. So you go through doors, you run around looting items, you grab spoons, you dig through walls, and you try and work together with your friends to break out by any means necessary. And only a set number of players per match can escape. And if you're not one of those people that escapes, then you're just kind of screwed and you die or get recaptured, basically. Oh, why'd you get closer to me, bro? Go away. So, yeah. That's basically the gameplay loop. Yeah, see, I stunned him. Idiot. If I had handcuffs, I could cuff him. Here, I'll show you how to cuff people. Because it's funny. Just beat them up. Yeah, see? I guess I already showed this in a short at one point. But there it is again. Idiot. Huh. Anyways. How long will a game last? Maybe like 10, 15 minutes, something like that. But yeah. Did you put the funny server names in yet? No, I actually have not added those yet. Right now I'm working on a Q&A video, and I've been working on fixing some bugs. But before I do the next devlog, I will add in a bunch of all the server names. There have been a lot of server name suggestions, by the way, and they're very good. They are very good. There's a lot of good ones in there. So yeah, I'm gonna be adding a bunch of those before the next devlog, the actual like development video. The next video is I'm just gonna kind of talk about the announcement and Summer Game Fest and answer a bunch of questions, kind of like what I've been doing this stream. I actually answered a lot of the same questions, but you guys should still watch the video because you just should. And yeah, so that'd be cool. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream here after I give away some keys. I'm gonna give away a few keys for CUFFBUST here. So let me see if I can pull these keys up without leaking the entire key list. So let me do this. I'm gonna switch to my camera like that, and then also fix the resolution. And now let me find these keys. So the keys are going to be in here. And Microsoft promo devlog conversation. Where are these? Oh, here we go. Giveaway keys. All right, guys. Here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to give away 5 keys. So everybody, get into your Steam client. We've got a race here. Basically, this is, you know how like in school, they'd give you like typing tests, like, oh, you got to type really fast, got to get your 60 words per minute, or whatever the heck it was. This is what all of those tests are leading up to, okay? I'm going to paste some keys into this notepad right here, and whoever activates them on Steam first, it gets a copy of the game for free. You won't actually be able to download it because it's not done, but as soon as the game releases sometime next year or whenever, it'll automatically be in your Steam library. So, are you guys ready for this? This is, what the heck? That is the first key right there. Boom. There you go. Somebody get it. Somebody get it. The race is on. The race is on. All right. And now for another one. Hey, how about wha-boom? Hey, right there. Get your 60 words per minute. Somebody activate that. These are going to be gone in a matter of seconds. Hope you got a low ping. All right. Also, guys, be sure to subscribe. Any of you who aren't subscribed, subscribe. Because if I'm doing live streams, stuff like that, I'll be giving away keys. So, stay tuned and all. Boom. There's another key. Key number 3. Wapow. Another key. Number 4. All right, last key is right there. Boom. Epic. Incredible. Wow. Poggers, bro. The key just skibbity phantom taxed itself. Oh, wow. Somebody activate it before it sigmas. Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It was fun talking with you guys. It was cool being able to show off some of the behind the scenes stuff and just kind of show you around a little bit. Got a new Q&A video coming out in a couple of weeks and a bunch more devlogs coming out after that. So, yeah, stay tuned. Be sure to wishlist CUFFBUST on Steam. We're trying to climb that top wishlist ranking. Right now, we're like number 290. So we're getting pretty close to our the goal of getting top 200. So once we hit top 200, I'm going to be giving away probably 20 or 30 keys in a video. So be sure to, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks, guys.